Good morning, guys. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Um, Guys, I decided to just go live again this morning. I went live for the first time in the morning when we were going through that window of the lunar eclipse and all that, the lunar eclipse, the full moon and all that. But I went live at that time, like during the day, the very beginning of the day on that day. So that's the first time I did that. um but this morning I had a little bit of a synchronicity that happened. And being that my channel is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. If you're watching this right now, if you are hearing the sound of my voice right now, then most likely you already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like, through whatever thoughts you are thinking, through whatever actions you are taking, whatever you're doing, the type of people that you're hanging out with, the company that you're keeping. All these things are attracting the same back into your life. If you are keeping the positive in mind when you are doing these things, when you are speaking, when you are, choosing your company, when you are taking actions, whatever, then you are with the positive, you're attracting the positive. But on the other hand, it's said in the spiritual community, whether you know it or not, that we are always manifesting. You are always attracting something through every thought, through every action. If you're not taking action, if you're just, being a couch potato, which that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing if you need the rest. Okay. But basically, whatever thoughts you were thinking, whatever words you were speaking, whenever you speak, whenever you do something, if you're doing it in a positive way or a negative way, the universe is watching. Okay. And when you have synchronicities, this is kind of like a way that the universe reaches out to you. And again, my channel is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction, but the idea is here, it's not just about me. It's about the idea that I'm sharing my journey with you, and we're doing this thing together. So it's really not just my personal journey. We're joined up together and we're doing this thing together. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I'm trying to show up more and more. Like when I get a chance to show up, I might be in the course of a day or whatever, and I've been busy all day. And then when nighttime comes, that's usually when I go live. But sometimes I'm just wiped out from the day. Sometimes I'm worked up from the day. Sometimes I'm worked up from the day. Like I've had a lot of coffee, or I'm not going to say a lot of coffee, but I've had a little bit of caffeine and I'm a little bit wired. And then usually by the end of the day, I'm a little tired as well. I'm also a Gemini guy, so that's kind of jumping in between like two things. But anyhow, I'm just gonna I'm definitely trying to grow my channel, like here on TikTok. I hope that my channel's called Sunset Songs, but I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. You can find me here on TikTok under Sherry Shadow Closet, Shadow Girl Sherry, over on YouTube, which I hope that you will go ahead and join me over there. My main, channel altogether is called Sunset Songs. But anyhow, I'm trying to grow more, obviously. But I'm not gonna lie, there is a certain type of, I always say a bit of a prayer or a thought, whatever, that I want to reach the people that, are going to receive my message. And this is the type of message that you want to hear. We're kind of on the same page, or maybe you need to hear the message. I think you get what I'm saying. But anyhow, guys, again, good morning. I'm trying to go, come and hang out with you guys as much as I can. So guys, with that being said, there are going to be times that I'm not going to have like the biggest like subject matter. My channel's called Sunset Songs. I may hop on and decide to go live, and it could be one of those times where I didn't even think of a sunset song. Now, and a sunset song is basically, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, a sunset song basically is when I go live, I try to like think of a song, ask my higher self, whatever I want to call it, my spirit guides, whatever, put a song in my heart, play a song in my mind, and basically I try to tailor the song around whatever the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about for that particular episode, I'll say. And, I talk about the song and the artist and all that. But this is like a morning thing. I just decided to come on because I had a crazy synchronicity. So, the song that came to my mind, I don't even know. I don't know who the artist is. And this is like an old song because a lot of times, for whatever reason, I noticed that I pick like 80s songs, 90s, but I think for whatever reason, I've talked a lot about 80s songs, and I know that I need to change it up a little bit. And I try to think of music that, I try to come up with things that, I could pick this type of music or song one day, and then another day I could go for a completely different idea. Like it could be R&B or rap one day, and then another day, hey, if there's a country song that I've, heard along the way in the grocery store or whatever, you get what I'm saying, then I'll pick that, right? Because I'm trying to reach out to all different types of people. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. But for whatever reason, the song that came to my mind was, I'm thinking this song may have been made in like the 50s or 60s. I don't know who the artist is, but the song that popped up in my mind is a song called This Magic Moment. This Magic Moment. I don't know who the artist is, the group, whatever. I have to look it up, but that's another video. But guys, basically, there are going to be times I'm not going to have something that's really huge to talk about. Maybe I haven't even looked up information about what I'm talking about. And with that being said, there's going to be times that I'm going to come on and say, what's up to you guys? And when I have a synchronicity, like some crazy synchronicity, which I have a lot of those, I want to share my synchronicities with you guys. And when I share it, I feel like because of the fact that you decided to join my live, you didn't have to join, there's so many other lives you could have joined. I feel like you're kind of claiming the energy as well. Like I'm sharing the energy with you as well. And I'm going to go ahead and ask, just make the suggestion that you leave in the comments, claim, like you're trying to claim the energy. But either way, whether you choose to leave that like claim or say abundance or anything like that, either way, I feel like you're kind of taking on the positive energy anyway. And in that way, I want to thank everyone who's joining me at 8:53 in the morning. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and I see people are already joining me. And I want to thank you guys so much. I see a Sarah Guzman. I see a Champ. I see a LM Jr. I see a Pat. I want to say what's up to everyone. Thank you all for joining me before 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So I woke up and I want to share the synchronicity that I had, right? I was laying in bed. My mind's, I'm thinking thoughts, whatever, already in the morning, and thinking, okay, in a little bit I'm going to get up and I'm going to get some caffeine going or whatever. And I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking different things, and I'm thinking about the fact that we just had this lunar eclipse. It was a lunar eclipse in Virgo. I made a video about it last night when I went live and the night before. I hope that you'll go and watch those videos. But right now I haven't even uploaded them yet. I haven't uploaded those videos yet. I'll get to that. Here, obviously on TikTok, it's going to be just a clip of the video because I always have a tendency to go over an hour. I don't have a hard time going live for an hour and over. And I'm so happy about that because the first time I went live, I was so nervous about going live, and now I love it. But anyhow, I'm laying in bed and about to get up, whatever, knowing I have to get up. And I'm thinking all these different thoughts, and I'm thinking about, changes that I know I need to make in my life, in order to move forward. And I've said all last year was the year of the snake. And that year, 2025, was all about change. That's why it was the Chinese year of the wood snake. And a symbol for change is a snake. It said that when you see like a snake or a snake skin, something like that, it's just a symbol that, there's probably going to be some changes ahead. So that's said in the spiritual community. Okay. I know a lot of people, when you look at a snake, you don't want to see a snake, even if it means a positive change. You just don't want to see the snake. But basically, a snake is a symbol of change because it sheds its skin, and then it's leaving it behind. But with that being said, we are now in the year of the fire horse, and that's about action, taking action, moving forward. And I have to admit, there are things in my life that I need to change. There are things that I need to shed. I'm thinking that, lots of people right now are, maybe you've already, you shed those things. You've already shed a lot of things. And maybe not, maybe you're just like me, there's things that you need to let go of because like the universe is like screaming it to you, or maybe you just know you don't even need to be told, right? But I do know that another thing about, the law of attraction, or I'll say manifestation, I've heard a lot in the spiritual community that a big telltale sign that your life is about to like manifest it, something that you desire is trying to make its way into your life, is the fact that, when your life seems like things are going wrong, or things are coming unglued or coming undone, or things seem to be falling apart. Because the idea is it's all about recalibration. Things are changing up because it's about transformation, and it's basically things are changing into what you want your life to be. Like it's the manifestation is making its way into your life. So something has to leave, things have to come apart to come together. So I'll say that. But I'm laying in bed and, thinking thoughts, whatever, about the day and whatever. And I'm just thinking about the fact that I know that there are certain things that I need to change in my life. Like, not only do I need to look at life and think, okay, I want my life to change. And obviously it's going on because I've had a lot of chaos, and there are things that seem to be coming unglued right now. Right. And with that being said, if that's true, like I've got something major coming my way, I'm going to claim it as so. Right. But I was laying in bed thinking thoughts, whatever, and thinking about how, I need to change as well. And this is the synchronicity that happened. And I'm like, wow, when I get up, I don't know how long I'm going to go live. Most likely this might be one of the times where I'm not going to reach a full hour. I'm not going to be going live for a full hour. Because, I have to jump into the course of the day, and I know there's things that I have to do and so on and so forth. But guys, I'm laying in bed thinking about how I want to change. I want my life to change. So there are things that I need to change. I need to take action. You're the fire horse, right? And I'm laying in bed and I'm just like, okay. I've also said that, I have a bit of a co-host here on my channel, and my co-host is my crazy cat, Sasha. And if you've seen pictures of my cat, Sasha, you would know why I'm saying she's my crazy cat, Sasha, because like there's a part of her face that is, part of her face is white. Part of her face is gray. Right down in like the center of her nose there's a part of her nose that one side of her nose is pink. One side of her nose is gray. Like she's like all over the place. It's like she doesn't know what direction to go in. And it just so happened that she came in my direction. Like one day I woke up and, I don't remember if it was like early morning or if it was afternoon or when she came, but I just opened my door and here's this cat looking up at me. And I'm like, okay, you've come to my door. You're so cute. You're so different looking. She's a tortoise shell. And I decided that I was going to take her in, and it was like the next thing I know, I bring her in and I'm eating snacks or whatever, and we're watching Lifetime together, right? That's just what I'm going to say. But I say that my cat is my co-host here on my channel. And the thing about it was I was laying in bed, and she's laying beside me, and she's kind of getting on my nerves. That's probably the reason why I woke up in the first place, is because, she's, giving me kisses on my nose and all that. And I'm like, okay, she's woke me up. And so I'm going to lay here and I'm going to think. And that's what I was doing, thinking about the changes that I need to make in my life. I can't just think that the universe is going to do everything. It's sending me the synchronicities and all that. But what can I do to change as well? Okay, the year of the fire horse. And it just so happened that, my cat's, waking me up for the day. So I decided, okay, let me see what time it is. Okay. I look at my phone because my alarm, hadn't gone off yet or whatever. I looked at my phone, and this happened, and that's basically what you're looking at right now. Okay. At the time that I decided that my cat's worrying me, I grabbed my phone, because a lot of times at night I listen to like a guided meditation throughout the night, like real quiet in the background. And I think sometimes that might be why I see so many synchronicities, right? So but last night I was pretty tired, and I had my phone near me, but I didn't play a guided meditation. I was tired after that live that I did last night. And so I looked at my phone, grab my phone, I look at it. And guys, right when I grab my phone, if I can hope, I know that when you look at this, right above this picture, it's not, fit in there, but my phone was locked. Okay. And so you see the lock. So I'm going to say that when you join this live, you basically unlock the door and you came in and you joined me, and we are going to have a wonderful day. That's what we're calling in. But basically what you're looking at is the time the time when I looked at my clock. Okay. The first time I looked at my clock this morning, basically, it was 5:55 in the morning. Okay. And the thing about it was 5:55. And, there are those in the spiritual community, whatever, that think that, okay, when an angel number, comes out, pops up on your phone, okay, there are those that say, okay, don't take a picture of it. Be in the moment and think about what were you thinking at the moment. And that's where your message is going to come in. This is what the universe has got, a little bit of a message it's trying to deliver to you. And it's like, when you stop and you take that picture, maybe you're kind of, you're not really, letting the information come to you, or you get what I'm saying. But I'm just like, I saw the number, and I'm just like, I want to hurry up and take a screenshot of it and share it with my viewers, and, start the day with you guys and give you a message. Right. And, I'm trying to hurry up and take the screenshot. And right then it went from 5:55 to 5:56. So that is what you're looking at right now. And obviously, I took, the different things that, is the, what's in the picture, like for my phone, I erased that or whatever, but you're looking at the time. And what gets to me is the fact that it was 5:55 in the morning. And you know that because right now, you're seeing the number 5:55. I just didn't have a chance to touch it and make it go over. Like, you see the 0 and the 5. So that's 5 o'clock in the morning. And then over from that was the 55. Um, the 55, but then it changed from 55 to 56. Okay. So it became 5:56 in the morning. Okay. But also, guys, that this picture screenshot was taken today, because it says 5:56, and that's 5:56 in the morning. Obviously, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, but you also know that this was taken in the morning because it says Thursday, March the 5th. Okay. The only thing about it is, there could be those that would say, oh, well, could have been Thursday, March the 5th of last year, 2025, or but then again, it wouldn't have been Thursday. So it wouldn't have been Thursday, March the 5th. It would have been a different day of the week. So with that being said, this was a synchronicity and I'm sharing the synchronicity with you. So the angel number 555, or even when you see the number 5, okay, and obviously the energy of the number 5, when you see it repeated 3 times, the energy is amplified, okay? And also, guys, you see that March the 5th. So that's even another 5 in there, okay? So, but basically the angel number, the number 5 and the number 555 is associated with change, okay? And one way that I can have you remember that is when you think about when you're counting money. Okay, so you've got 5, that's a nickel. Okay, you add another 5, you've got a dime. Okay, so you think about change, like change that you would have in your pocket. So if you want to kind of have a way to remember, okay, every time you see the number 555, okay, think about counting like 5, 10. And then, eventually 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, at that point, you've got a quarter. So think about a quarter like you're at you're at a quarter point, right? And the change is coming your way. So I just want you to kind of give you the idea that, whenever you see that number, you could think of the fact that there's some type of a change coming your way, but you could also think of the fact that, okay, the way I look at it, maybe I can't say a fact, but the way I choose to look at it is, what changes do I want to make it? Am I going to make in my life? And what changes am I calling in? Like when I do different things, when I'm changing something, I know that I'm making this change and this is what I'm calling in. Or even if you are just being a couch potato, right? Or you're just not, it's your day off and you're not doing anything. Okay. And today's Thursday, before long, it's going to be the weekend. And I see the name, I'm going to say some different names. I see a red dog. I see a bunny. I see Bunny has joined. I see Who's Bob has joined. I see a James White has joined. I see a Pratik. And some of the, I don't want to mispronounce everybody's name, but I just want to, or anybody's name, but I just want to say good morning to everyone that, you're taking this time and this space and you're joining me, Shadow Girl Sherry. Like, you're making me feel like I'm being seen, and I want to let you know. I mean, you don't know what I look like, but, you're making me feel like I'm being seen, I'm being heard. And I want to let you know that I appreciate you and you are being seen. And that, you know what, if you want to leave a comment, I'm going to see that as well. And I hear you. So, and we're just doing this thing together because we're starting the day together, and it's 9:08 in the morning. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. But basically, whenever you see the number 555, I hope that you'll remember to think of change. Just think about like a nickel, a dime. You get up to a quarter, okay? The next thing you know, you add another, 5. Keep going with those 5s. You got 50 cent, you know what I mean? Before long, you've got 75 cent, and then you got $1. And hey, we're calling in money in abundance, I'm saying here, right? I'd like to see if anybody would type the word claim or abundance or whatever. Just want to see, I want to know that you guys are, that you just let me know that it kind of encourages me and lets me know that you're getting the message, what I'm saying. But either way, even if you don't leave anything, I still want to thank you so much for joining me at this time of morning, right? But maybe you might keep in mind that when you see the number 555, think about change and think about changes are coming your way. Like the universe, it's recalibrating. There may be chaos that's going on in your life right now. It may seem like things are falling apart, but if that's so, then we are going to think that things are falling apart because they are coming together. There's going to have to be a change. You're going to have to see some type of a change in order for your manifestation to show up. That's a change, right? And one thing that I know about the number 5 is it speaks to me a lot because I was born in the 5th month. Okay, I was born in the 5th month, and the 5th month is May. The 5th month is May. Also, I've said a lot of times that I am a Gemini, and Gemini, like, it's two. The sign, the symbol for Gemini, the mascot for Gemini is the twins. So even when it comes to that, you know, I don't know, the universe or whatever couldn't make its mind up, and we had to have two together, right? That's a lot of energy, but I think it's pretty positive. So it's just that energy of the twins. But with that being said, there are a lot of people in the spiritual community that say that when you see the number 555, it can be kind of scary in its own way, because I don't know, I'm one of those people, I know that I need to change. But with me, change hasn't always come easy. I have a hard time with change. I'm a bit of a creature of habit. And sometimes I think that is what has held me back a lot in my life. The fact that I don't like change. But I have to realize that in order for change is a part of life anyway. So you have to know that there's going to be changes. So when you see that number, my idea is, why not, instead of like, because there's been times where I look at it, I'm like, oh, what's the change going to be? But my idea is it's kind of like you look at it as like the universe is reaching out to you. It's like a universal, like, phone is like ringing, and it's when these different numbers and things pop up, there are going to be those. I've asked different people, I'm like, okay, do you know, there's some people I talked to them, whatever. And I remember there was one guy that, he had reached out to me, and he wanted to meet up, and like, okay, well, how can we start talking or whatever? And, we talked for a little bit, and, it didn't work out that way. But, he's reaching out to me, and nice guy, all that, real nice guy, whatever, but it just didn't go in that direction. But I just asked him, I'm like, do you know what an angel number is? Because I just saw an angel number. I'd seen an angel number while I was, like talking back and forth with him. So I'm like, do you know what an angel number is? And I explained it to him, and, and he's like, no, I don't know what an angel number is, but I know now. So I'm like, okay, well, you know now, and whatever. So maybe he took it and worked with it, and maybe he forgot about it, whatever. There are going to be those that I feel like definitely seeing angel numbers. And, there's going to be some people, they look at the number and they don't even know what they're looking at. Like, I myself, I know when I am looking at my own birthday. Like, I know when I'm looking at my own birthday, I know those numbers. I remember the first time it, I remember seeing the number. I was I had like lit a candle, like just a little bit before I saw my number come to me as an angel number. And basically I was talking about what I wanted to happen by a certain birthday. I'm just like, okay, had this candle lit, and I'm just kind of, hanging out with the candle, hanging out with the candle. And I was just kind of saying out loud, like, what I would like to happen by this certain birthday. And, little bit, it must have been probably like an hour later, the candle's out and whatever. And I'm going about, doing other things. And it was about like within an hour, I'm looking at my clock or my phone, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, why does this number seem like it's standing out to me? Like, why can't I take my eye off of it? And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looking at my actual birthday. And it was like a communication to me. I look at it as a communication that the universe was reaching out to me and saying, I heard you. I heard you. Obviously you can't like speak and say, hey, what's up? Okay. But I saw the number and I'm like, wait a minute, what does this number mean? Why can't I peel my eye away from this number? Like, what's so significant about it? And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looking at my birthday. These three numbers, that's the day that I was born. So now whenever I see the number, I know what I'm looking at. So, I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, there are those when an angel number could be in plain sight. There's, I like, now that I have gotten into spirituality and all that different stuff, I have really gotten into symbols. I love to know, I like to study symbols because there have been things that have been, right in front of my face in plain sight. And I had no idea what I was looking at. I had no idea what I was looking at. And then just because I started studying symbols, studying like the planets, the things that go along with the symbol that goes along that corresponds with different planets, the symbol that corresponds with different like goddesses and deity. You get what I'm saying? And this might seem a little bit, I don't know if I don't want to make anyone seem uncomfortable, but I'm going to share this because this was a symbol that I wasn't really aware of until one day I was out and about. And because I've been looking into things, I'm like, okay, I just looked at something and I'm like, wait a minute, I know what that means now, just because I've been studying symbols. And what I was looking at, I'm just going to be straight up. I was in the bathroom. And I was in the bathroom and I saw a tampon machine, right? Saw a tampon machine. And there's the symbol that goes along with Venus. And obviously Venus is a planet, but Venus is also the goddess of luxury, of beauty, of, okay, I don't know if Venus is the Greek goddess or the Roman goddess, but Venus and Aphrodite are basically one and the same. Okay. But I'm in the bathroom, right? And, I look at the tampon machine. Okay. And right there in front of me in plain sight, it's been there before. I've seen tampon machines before. Okay. I saw the symbol that goes along with Venus. And now I'm just thinking right now, I'm trying to remember exactly what. And that's terrible because if I'm in the bath, if I see it, I know what I'm looking at. But basically, okay, I think it's like a circle, and then there's a line under the circle, and then there's a line that goes through the line that's under the circle, and it looks like a mirror. It looks like a mirror. And I shared with you that Venus is the goddess, Venus and Aphrodite. This is the goddess of beauty. Okay. When you look in a mirror, you're looking at the image of yourself, like your own reflection. Okay. And when you look at that mirror, in any mirror, you pass by a mirror, I'm making the suggestion that it's kind of like mirror magic. Okay. Especially on a Friday, because Fridays align with the energy of Venus and Aphrodite, right? Okay. It said that on Friday is the day that you want to do if you're into these types of things, Friday's a great time to do like your rituals that have to do with beauty, love, because Venus and Aphrodite, they're all about love and luxury and sexuality and the way you look and that type of thing. Because you look in the mirror, you see the image of yourself, okay, your own reflection, kind of like your twin. And you might think about a twin flame as well, right? And you might think about a twin flame or, your other half, really, your other half. And I'm thinking about Gemini energy as well because I'm a Gemini. And when I look in the mirror, okay, I'm seeing my twin, right? But anyhow, obviously today's Thursday. Tomorrow, if you're into that kind of thing, you can work with that energy. You could do like a beauty ritual. There are people that say, hey, it's the goddess of love. You might want to do a love spell. Okay. It's all about what you're into, because when I talk about the law of attraction, there are people that look at the law of attraction like it's witchcraft. Okay. They think of witchcraft. But if that, I've said it, I say it in a lot of my videos. If you don't feel comfortable with saying witchcraft, I myself like things that are a little bit witchy here and there. I like the movies like The Craft. I love Halloween. Um, but everybody is into what they're into. I also say that I believe in God. Okay. People say that you're evil if you don't believe in God. I know some people that, they're not really, really religious, but you know, they're very, very good people. Okay. But, I try to make everybody feel as comfortable as possible. But if you feel uncomfortable with the word witchcraft, okay, then maybe you don't want to do an apple love spell. I don't know. But tomorrow is the day that is associated with Venus and Aphrodite, okay? So I just wanted to let you know. But the thing about it was I was standing in the bathroom talking about symbols and all that. I was standing in the bathroom, and how many I've seen, obviously, I'm a woman. I've been in the bathroom, in the woman's bathroom a million times in my life. And I've seen a lot of tampon machines, okay? And but I never looked at the symbol and thought anything of it. But because I've been studying symbols and things like that, I knew when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, it's right there in plain sight. Okay. And I think I've never been pregnant, but I think that sometimes that may be a symbol that pops up possibly, I think, on a pregnancy test, letting you know that I could be wrong. Maybe I could be wrong about that, because it's not going to let you know if it's a boy or a girl. You've got to wait for that. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I've never been pregnant, but anyhow, you get what I'm saying. But basically, I looked at that, and there's a symbol that's associated with Venus. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. But basically, guys, I just wanted to share this synchronicity with you, and if you want to claim it, you can claim it. And I feel like you're claiming it just because you tuned into this live. You didn't have to join. There's so many other lives probably going on right now that you could have, you could have, walked through that door. But you are hanging out with me. And again, I want to thank you so much for doing so. It's 9:22 in the morning, and I'm wondering how many people I have already, reached out to and had a little bit of an influence on. And I'm hoping that, I'm always trying to spread a positive message. If there is something negative, we know that it's a world of duality, then my idea is to transmute it into something positive. Okay. And I see different people have joined. I see a mouse. I'm a little bit of I have a little bit of a mousy kind of energy to myself. A mouse, I know that, that spirit animal has a little bit to do with, being shy. And I love to talk, but even the first time I went live, I was nervous about it. But I kind of have like a mousy kind of an energy to me. And that's why I go by Shadow Girl Sherry, and my avatar is, my silhouette, instead of me coming out and being, let you know who I am and everything. I want to eventually at some point make a video about the spirit animal, or, the energy of, what goes along with a mouse. Okay. And a part of it, I know right now is, being a little bit shy. And, if you see a mouse, you know how a mouse wants to run away. A mouse wants to, if you see a mouse, there's a lot of people, you don't want to see a mouse. When you see a mouse, you're scared of the mouse. Okay. But then you think about it, it's like you're scared of this little tiny little thing, right? But you're scared of the mouse, but the mouse is running from you because you're so much bigger than the mouse, and it doesn't want you to see it. Like, it's going to run from you. You're scared of it, but it's scared of you as well. And mice are fast. They are fast, and they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen. So I just wanted to share that, because I see the names that have popped up, and I see a mouse. And I want to say what's up to everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I see Mouse has joined me. I see a Pink Linda has joined me. I'm seeing some feminine energy here. And again, I was just talking about the fact that tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is associated with, the goddess Venus, Aphrodite. Might be a day that you might want to do like some, mirror magic, look in the mirror, say some positive affirmations, speak positive things about yourself. because you're looking at your own reflection. But also the fact that, guys, I'm sorry, I was looking at a tampon machine in the bathroom. Looking at a tampon machine in the bathroom, I've seen tampon machines a million times in my life, but because I've been studying symbols, I'm looking at the machine, and I noticed that there is the symbol that is associated with the goddess Venus is on the tampon machine, obviously because it's feminine energy. Okay. And when you look at the symbol, basically what it stands for is a mirror. Because Aphrodite, Venus, they're, they are the goddesses, beauty, beauty, looking at your beautiful self, no matter what anybody else wants to think. The more you think that you are beautiful, you don't have to be cocky, whatever, but the more you feel that you are beautiful, it's so said that that is a bit of a spell, because you're going to radiate that out, and people are going to know that you have confidence, right? They're going to know this is a confident, you have a beautiful energy about you. Your spirit's beautiful. Okay. And hey, why not feel that way about yourself? So I just wanted to share that. But if you look up the symbol that corresponds with Venus, it's a mirror. It's a mirror. And another thing that is associated with Venus is copper. And back in the day, like copper, there's something about copper was that's how mirrors were, years ago. That's the way they started out. They were made from copper. Okay. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I just shared that with you. But basically, guys, I'm Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm a Gemini. Sometimes I have a way in kind of getting off subject. But basically, I just wanted to go live for a little bit and share my synchronicity with you. The fact that I was lying in bed, and I was thinking, what changes could I make? Because we're in this year, we're now in the energy of the Fire Horse year. We just had a lunar eclipse. Things are changing, recalibrating. What changes can I make myself? Look in the mirror, and the woman in the mirror, I'll say, and I'm thinking about that song by Michael Jackson, The Man in the Mirror. But I'm, the woman in the mirror, look at myself. I'm a Gemini, look in the mirror. I see my own image, my own reflection. What do I see? And what am I saying to myself? Right. And, but what changes do I want to see? What changes do I want to see? Because I was laying in bed thinking about, what ways can I change to move forward in with this Fire Horse energy? And right when I was doing that, my cat's, pawing my face, swatting a little bit, lovingly. I have the sweetest cat. And she's, kissing my nose, and she swats at my face and whatnot, and trying to wake me up. And I guess she wanted me to get the message as well. And I grabbed my phone, I look at it, and it was 5:55 in the morning. But obviously I wanted to hurry up and take a screenshot. So I thought, I'm going to share this with my viewers, right? I'm going to make a quick video or whatever. And before I knew it, it was 5:56. It changed from 5:55 to 5:56. So I decided, and I see Care Bear has joined me last night. It's funny because last night when I went live, I had someone that went by the name Bear. Okay. And now this morning I see a Care Bear. Okay. In one of the Care Bears, I'm seeing names and different things. And what's up to everybody? I want to say what's up. Good morning to everybody. We're calling it a wonderful day. I'm thinking about Care Bear, like the different Care Bears. And I think the one Care Bear, the yellow Care Bear, was Funshine, guys, because I see Care Bear. And Care Bear probably knows what I'm talking about, okay? I think that instead of the Care Bear being named Sunshine, I think that Care Bear, the yellow Care Bear, and the Care Bear, I do believe Funshine had a sun on his belly, on his little tummy. Instead of being called Sunshine, I do believe that Care Bear, the name was Fun, like Fun, fun, like we're having fun. Girls just want to have fun, right? Cyndi Lauper. Okay, guys, I tell you, I love music. So I'm going to be talking about music. I love music. Love all different types of music. Guys, if you have a song that's playing in your mind, playing in your heart, I hope that you'll choose to leave it here in the comments or even on my channel, Sunset Songs, any of my videos. My channel is about the law of attraction, where I always try to come up with a sunset song. You guys can leave a song, and I'll go and listen to it and tell you my honest opinion about the song. Or if I don't like the tune or whatever, behind the song, I'll let you I'll let you know what I think about the message, right? So I love music. But anyhow, but Funshine Bear. And that just makes me think of right now when I woke up this morning and I had that crazy synchronicity. I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. And, that's, the energy of light and dark. It's also a message, even before I started making videos. Um, when I first started making my channel, I had already come up with the name for my channel, Sunset Songs. But I knew even from the very beginning that I wasn't going to come out and show you exactly what I look like. I'm going to, lay out like items that pertain to whatever the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to lay those items out, but I'm not going to appear, at least not from the beginning. And I've been making videos for like a couple of years now, and I still haven't, that mouse, right? I haven't come out and, shown, you don't know what I look like yet, right? Hopefully I'm going to get there. And I've chosen different times where I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to come out at this time. It might be for my birthday. Okay. And I was born in the 5th month. Okay. So May is coming. But guys, when I woke up, and again, I go to Shadow Girl Sherry. My channel's called Sunset Songs. Um, I had been making videos for a little bit, had made a couple of episodes, right? And I had, decided I'm going to go by Shadow Girl. And I just had already named my channel, but I didn't have a name. I don't think I hadn't named myself yet. I just named the channel, but I hadn't come up with a name for myself, just for my channel. And somewhere along the line, I'm like, Shadow Girl. I'm going to call myself Shadow Girl because I'm not appearing. Okay. And then, eventually I got the silhouette and put that out. But I also decided that, after a while, I'm like, I do want to have some kind of recognition here. So I'm going to go by Shadow Girl, and I'm going to add my first name. So that's when I became Shadow Girl Sherry. But when you think about that, I started, the more I was calling myself Shadow Girl Sherry, the algorithm was sending me different videos. Just like this, the algorithm put this live before you because, the algorithm figured this might be something that you might like. This is something that's kind of tailored for you, and obviously you joined. But the algorithm decides, what it's going to send to you. So the algorithm, I started to notice, videos about shadow work. I've seen a lot of videos about shadow work. And I'm like, okay, if I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, this is kind of like my inner child or my shadow reaching out to me and saying, girl, you need to do some shadow work. And once you do that shadow work, your inner child, and obviously there was some trauma and stuff there that I need to work through. And, but if I'm calling myself Shadow Girl Sherry, it's kind of like that shadow or my inner child, whatever. It wants me to acknowledge it and work through the things that, that I need to work through. And I just want to share the idea that because you're watching this, it may mean that doing a little shadow work might help you as well. I just want to make that suggestion, if you've joined this live. And I could be wrong, but I just want to make that suggestion. But with that being said, this is a video that I'm making in the morning because I woke up at 5:55 in the morning. And then it turned to 5:56, whatever. But I tried to hurry up and take a screenshot. It didn't work out that way. And man, does the universe talk to me because I haven't quite, there's a design that I'm going to be working on. Not only do I want to expand on other platforms and not just here on TikTok, but also on YouTube as well. I'm on YouTube, but I have to figure out how, when I go live, to have everything synchronized. And when I'm going live on TikTok, I'll also be going live on YouTube. Okay. And I want to figure out how to synchronize that. I'm not the best with technology, and we're in Mercury retrograde, so that makes it even crazier, right? If you believe in it. And hey, um, I, I'm a Gemini, so Mercury retrograde, Gemini's, the ruling planet of Gemini is Mercury. So, and we're in Mercury retrograde right now. But hey, I'm still putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm coming forward, and I'm communicating with you guys. And Mercury it's the planet of communication, and it's in retrograde right now. So, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm still reaching out to you guys. So, but guys, basically what I wanted to say is, not only am I trying to expand on different other platforms, not just here on TikTok, but on YouTube. And I want to get everything synced up. So when I go live on TikTok, I'm also going live on YouTube and the other platforms that I join up with, eventually I'm going to get there. I want to expand. There are other things, not just my channel, but there are things that I want to advertise on my channel. Like there's different things that I want to share with you guys, and it's going to be like I want to build like a little bit of a business, maybe an Etsy shop. But I have a design. Okay. And one thing I love is flowers. I love flowers. If you're into spirituality and you work with the phases and the moon and the cycles of nature and the elements of nature and all that, then you might like flowers too. And right now I see that I have Rose has joined. So to me, that's another beautiful thing. Rose has joined me this morning, and I want to say what's up to everybody. Good morning, Rose. Good morning. I see a hippopotamo has joined. I see a Greenland. Guys, I don't want to pronounce anybody's name wrong, but either way, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and guys, it was just 9:36 in the morning as well. And I'm telling you, I know all about numbers. I'm really into numbers. I'm into things like that. And it was 9:36 in the morning. And I'm trying to think what chakra 9:36 hurts, what 9:36 aligns with. I don't think it's the heart. I don't think it's the heart chakra, because I think that's like 6:39. And the funny thing, I'm going to share this. That's another synchronicity I had. When I came out, I looked at, what is it? Where your clock and where your time in your car is, and like all that different stuff. In my mileage, I saw the number that corresponds with the heart chakra, 639. This morning when I came out, 639 was, and guys, later on sometime I'll even put that up. I'll make that the picture that you'll see, 639, and it'll be white and blue because that's from my car. I see that a lot. There was one day I was out, and I looked down, and here, that part where there's my speed and mileage, all that different stuff, the mileage, the time, all that. I actually had the number, I think within that was the number 639. And then from there, okay, we have 639. And then from there, you have the 9 right there. And then the tail end of that was 3 and 6. So you had 639 and then 936. So that's basically 2 different chakras lined up right beside each other. Okay, I see all this stuff, but I'm saying this because just a little bit ago, it's 9:38 now, but I was looking at the time and it was 9:36. And I think that number corresponds, the hertz or whatever, it corresponds, I believe, with maybe the crown chakra, either the crown or the third eye. And of course, the crown and all that, and third eye, we're dealing with like God knowledge. Okay, we're dealing with like God knowledge. The universe opening up and coming down in your thoughts and crowning you, I'll say. So anyhow, guys, again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. But basically, what I was trying to get to was I shared the synchronicities and all that. But you see that, I told you I woke up this morning at 5:55. And then I saw I saw the Care Bear within, in the live, had joined the live, was Care Bear. Okay. Um, it made me think of the fact of Funshine Bear. That's the yellow bear, Care Bear. It has a little sun on his tummy, right? On his stomach. And when I decided I was going to go live this morning, it's morning and all that, I was thinking about saying good morning. But I decided, you know what, I normally I put this as Shadow Girl Sherry, letting you guys know this is Shadow Girl Sherry's up in the house. I put this as Shadow Girl Sherry like I usually do. And I decided, instead of having it in like white, because, we're thinking about a shadow, that's the energy of darkness and light. Okay. I thought about, okay, instead of like making Shadow Girl Sherry white, like make the letters white, I decided that I was going to change it and I would make it yellow for morning. And, I said yellow. Yellow, said it so quick. Yellow is the color of happiness. Okay. Funshine Bear. Okay. Girls just want to have fun. It just came to my mind. Cyndi Lauper. But, Funshine Bear, the sun, I decided that I would put this is Shadow Girl Sherry in yellow for the sun and happiness and good morning. And then I have a sun there. And then I had Rose join. And obviously the sun makes flowers grow. And I'm thinking that it's making us grow, right? And we're growing together. I see Dan has joined me. Now, what do I think about when I think about Dan? Okay. I think about Dan Patrick. Obviously, I'm saying what's up to Dan anyhow, but when I see things, I think about other things. I'm thinking about Dan Patrick. Okay. And Dan Patrick is like a sports, he has a show about sports, Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick is one confident man, right? One confident man. So I'm thinking maybe Dan that has joined is very confident as well. And this is just what I'm thinking, because I thought about Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick is so confident. Then there's a part of me that thinks about Roseanne, the show. Well, Roseanne, there was Dan, her husband. It was Dan. But anyhow, Dan and Dan Patrick. Okay. So that's just what I thought about. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I've actually gone over a little bit longer than what I thought I was, how long I was going to go live. But all these different messages came to me and I wanted to share all this stuff with you. I feel like there was something else I wanted. Yes, I'm going to share this as well. I've had something that's come up in my life to where I've had to change my direction a little bit, where I've changed where there's a new place that I have to go to, and, it's changed my direction a little bit. So when I go to this place, I'm seeing a bit of a scene. It's like scenic when I drive here. Okay. And it's just something that came about this new. And, so I had to go to this place, and, it was early this morning, within like the 7 o'clock hour, right? Had to go to this place, and, scenic and all that. But today in my area, it's crazy foggy in my area. And what happened was, along my path, here I go. Guys, I love black cats. I'm wondering if anybody has joined this live. Do you like black cats? Could possibly, if you like black cats, you're a supporter of black cats. I'm wondering if maybe you'll leave it here in the comments, just black cat. Okay. Leave it as a comment. And I hope, guys, that you'll leave me a heart. I really love candles. I won't go into the story of that, but I'm going to be really excited when I go like on my channel and I see that someone has left it. They wouldn't even have to say a word, but if they leave like a candle, better yet, even 2 candles, a row of candles would be like lighting a birthday cake. I'm not going to share my age. But my birthday is coming, and, the more candles you leave, that's like you're saying, okay, girl, you ready for your birthday? But, basically, what the thing that happened to me, I had all these crazy synchronicities. So it's foggy in my area. I'm taking this scenic drive. I love the drive that, that has, come up into my life, and here and there I have to take this journey. And I'm taking this scenic path and, driving in, my car or whatever. And there was a part of me that wanted to, I'm like, oh, maybe I should make a video while I'm driving, but I'm like, I'm all about safety, so I'm not going to do that. All about safety. And what would I do if my phone dropped over and then, you guys see who Shadow Girl Sherry is? I'm just not there yet. I'll get there eventually. It might be for my birthday in May. But anyhow, I'm riding along. It's foggy, but I am telling you, it's foggy. So all this white and everything's going on. It's foggy, really foggy. But I had to go where I had to go. I had to do what I had to do. And as I'm taking this scenic path and whatever, not seeing everything because it's so foggy, I noticed, and I know that's what it was. A black cat ran across, my path. I'm in my car, and across the path, as I'm driving, I see a black cat. And I am not making this up. I don't get on here to make up lies right now from where I'm sitting. I'm actually in my car right now, just parked. There must be some animal or something that's dead, because I'm seeing a bunch of, birds. What is it, a hawk, or not a crow, maybe a vulture? I don't know. If I wasn't filming right now, like going live, I would show you guys what I'm looking at right now, but I see them. It's two of them, and they're just circling around. There must be something that they sense. Animals, I love, on my channel, I want to do more and more videos about animal spirits or whatever, but I know what's up when I see birds flying around like that circling. So anyhow, something's around here, but anyhow, I'm on my path, and in my car riding along, and it was a black cat. I'm not making it up. It was a black cat that crossed my path. And this was not the path that, it's not right around where I live. Like, I had gotten pretty much deep into my journey, and a black cat crosses. And of course, when I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see any animal get run over, a bird, a squirrel, whatever. But I know it was a black cat. And then there's the fog. So I wanted to share that synchronicity. There's those that they don't like black cats. I love black cats. And it's just the fact that the black cat was in a place where, like, not like right in my immediate area. And so when I see things like that, it's like, oh, what's the message here? And whenever I see a black cat, I don't think scary thoughts. Like, if you're into spirituality and all that, you look into it more. I love black cats. I don't believe that they're bad, some bad omen. I think when you look it up, if you look into the witchcraft meaning of them, if you look into different cultures, their spiritual meaning is actually, things like it's a positive omen. It's a positive thing when you see a black cat. And I've seen in places where, once I've looked it up, that, it's kind of like you're coming into your power. You're coming into your power. A black cat, there's also an idea of a black cat, and the black cat is being compared to a golden retriever. Like, a golden retriever obviously is a, very, very cute dog. But it's also that dog of, hey, here, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. The golden retriever is so sweet, and I'm running to you, and everything's cute. And I love golden retrievers. I love animals, right? Period. But when you take that black cat and you compare it to a golden retriever, the golden retriever is all about running to you and all that. But the black cat is about magnetism. Okay? Think about it. People that want to, go to a black cat, the black cat, to me, it's like they've been magnetized to the black cat. The black cat stands out. You can see lots of different cats, but when you see that black cat, the black cat stands out. And, it just calls for attention, whether it likes it or not. And I'm hoping that it's good attention. I'm trying to put a good light on black cats, right? I'm trying to spread that word. But you see a black cat, the black cat and my stomach's growling. I'm about to eat before long. I haven't even had my coffee, and I'm just high on life. I'm excited about life right now. That's why I have this high pitched voice right now. I'm in good spirits. But basically, when when you see a black cat, think about it. There are going to be most of the time when people see a black cat, the black cat stands out. It's like, oh, there's a black cat. I'm hoping that I, am spreading the word. Don't be scared when you see the black cat. Black cats are beautiful. It's like a little panther. Okay. Panthers, they're beautiful. Okay. To me anyway. So, but a black cat calls for attention. And a lot of times when it said, when you see a black cat, my stomach is growling and I'm wondering if you're hearing it. That's why I'm going to have to shut down here a little bit. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. But a black cat crossed my path today when I'm driving. But I want to have you think that when you see a black cat, it's basically saying I've read many different places that basically a black cat is saying that you are becoming magnetic. You are becoming magnetic, because when you see a black cat, all eyes are on the black cat. So you are becoming magnetic. Okay. It's kind of like you are becoming magnetic. The universe is the black cat is there because it's going to stand out. So the universe is reaching out to you like, hey, here I am. Okay. Here's the black cat. Okay. Whereas a golden retriever, you might see the golden retriever because it's cute, but the golden retriever is probably going to run to you as well. But the black cat, the people that come to that black cat, these are people that they're not scared. They're not scared of the black cat. What do I need to be scared of a cat for? Come on now. What do I need to be scared of a cat for? Okay. So these are people that are stepping into their own. You like the black cat, you're going to try to give the black cat a home, where there's going to be some people that are going to be scared of it. You're coming into your own. Like, you're calling in the energy that you're calling in you are calling in what's the word I'm looking for? You're calling in your crowd. You're calling in your crowd. You are finding the company that is for you. You are finding people that you don't have to fit in with. Like, it's not like you're trying to fit in. It's just like you guys just fit together like a puzzle. Like, and that's what I would like to think. Everyone's here. It's not like I want people to join my lives and all that. But then you make the final decision to join. So it's kind of like, okay, so I feel like I fit in with you guys somewhere. And obviously I'm trying to make you feel comfortable and to make you fit in. But in order for, anything for this stuff to happen, the algorithm can send my message and my voice and my live to you. But ultimately you have to make the decision. Am I going to join this live, or there's another live that I can join? But guys, you joined this live, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I just want to share these synchronicities with you. And I believe that because I saw the black cat and it's foggy as well. I looked it up, the meaning. Basically, it's kind of like you're walking in between worlds. You're walking in between worlds, and think about it. We just had a lunar eclipse. So it's walking in, like the energy is recalibrating. Things are changes. And again, I saw this video originally was about the number 555. That's all about changes. So I wake up early in the morning. I see the first number I look at my phone. It's my cat swatting at my nose. She give me little kisses. I look at my phone, and it's 5:55 in the morning. Okay. And it changes to 5:56, but when I first looked at the phone, it's 5:55. That's what this is the reason why I decided to go live. 5:55 in the morning. Okay. Then I get in my car. I go to this new scenic, route that I have to take here and there. It's new. This just got introduced into my life. Beautiful route. But at the same time, when I'm driving, it was foggy out, very foggy. Okay. But I noticed the black cat cross my path. And it wasn't just me, because I had someone in the car with me and they're like, did you see that black cat? And I'm like, yes, I did. And, they're not scared of black cats. Like, this person isn't scared of black cats. I'm not scared of black cats. It's a cat. Come on now. And it's beautiful. But when I got to a safe spot and I parked right before I decided to go live, I looked it up. I'm like, I'm going to ask AI, like, what does it mean when it's crazy. And it gave me an answer too. Like, it gave me an answer. What does it mean when it's foggy outside and a black cat crosses your path? And it lets me know this difference. I should come back and make a video about that. But, and you watch the video, you're claiming the energy because you're watching the video. You could be watching any video at that time. But, basically the idea is kind of like you are walking between worlds. Things are recalibrating. Changes are being made, and they're being made in your favor. It's a positive message. Okay. This is darkness and light. Okay. And it's good to explore these things. It's good to explore these things. Think about it. Like, we live in a world of duality, and you wouldn't have daylight without, the sun. We need the sun, but at the same time we need night, and we need the moonlight. You need sunlight, you need daylight, you need sunlight, but you need moonlight, and you need the night as well. So you may as well make them work together, because it's out there anyway. Whether you like it or not, it's out there. So why not work with the two and, make it work in your favor. So basically, guys, this is going to be the end of my live, because there are other things that I've got to jump into in the course of this day. My original plan was I wanted to come later on tonight and finish the video that I made up, that I had started last night. And it was about this solar eclipse or lunar eclipse energy that we're in now, and the fact that we're still in the energy of the full worm moon in Virgo. So that started, basically, it was the night before last, but because I had so many different things I was doing, I didn't get to go live that night. But I had this wonderful layout, wonderful notes that I had come up with for the video. And I'm like, I'm not gonna throw it away. It's Mercury retrograde. It seemed like things got mixed up. A lot of my notes and stuff got lost in technology, even though I had backed it up, or at least I thought I backed it up. It got all mixed up and whatnot, like scrambled eggs, guys. I've said that before too, and it's morning time, breakfast. God, have you guys had breakfast yet? I haven't. What did you have? Anybody went to McDonald's? I don't know. I'm just trying to see if you guys will leave me a comment or whatever. And, but either way, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Just leave it if you're watching me in the morning, I'm going to put this idea out. If you join me, which I hope you will, on YouTube, my channel's called Sunset Songs. Okay. I'm going to just start this. I'm just going to say this. If you join me on my channel, there's lots of sunset songs. So, channels that are called Sunset Songs, but obviously my channel, Sunset Songs, is about my personal journey with the law of attraction. When you click, you watch a video, it's not going to be long before I'm going to say, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Okay. Then this is my channel, Sunset Songs, about my personal journey with the law of attraction. But it's a circle. It looks like a sun or a moon. The symbol on my channel, Sunset Songs, basically is a circle. And that circle could be either a sun or it could be a moon. Okay. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. And a sunset is really a kiss between, to me, it's a kiss between the day and the night, because they're meeting up. A sunset. The day is ending, and now we got a sunset. Okay. But either way, that's what you're looking for. And now my phone's ringing. I'm wondering if you can hear it right now. Anyhow, I should have turned that off, but anyhow, this is a sign that I'm going to have to get off pretty soon. But I just want to put it out there that if you watch my channel, Sunset Songs, now there's lots of birds above you flying around. There's something that's dead. But anyhow, if you go over my channel, Sunset Songs, which I hope you will, If it's in the morning, let me know what you had for breakfast. If you go over there at night, the sun is set and then it's nighttime. What'd you have for dinner? What are you thinking about having for dinner? Let me know something. Are you listening to a song, with dinner? Are you at a restaurant and they have this song that's playing in the background for ambiance? Leave it, and it might be the sunset song, guys. Basically, I'm going to have to get ready and shut this video, this live down pretty soon. But the thing about me is I often have a hard time, with shutting down because I have to remember how to do it. And that's just a sign that I need to go live more often so I'll know exactly what I'm doing. And, but guys, I just want to thank you guys, everyone, for joining me. I can't believe it. I thought I wasn't going to talk for an hour, but I do believe I've almost gone live for an hour now. I've almost gone live for an hour. It's 10 o'clock now. But guys, again, the video that I made I went live last night. I still have to upload that live. I have to upload the live from, a couple of mornings ago. So I have like 3 lives to upload, but anyhow, at least I'm hanging in here and I'm showing up, and that's what I'm trying to do more and more. But I decided I would go live this morning and I don't regret it. I may come back and finish the live that I started last night because I had more notes to read from. I didn't finish all my notes. But either way, I'm not going to make any promises that I'm going to come back live though later on because there's different things that I have to finish up on. But either way, even if I'm not going live, I hope that you'll choose to like here and join me here on TikTok, Sherry Shadow Closet, Shadow Girl Sherry. On YouTube, my channel is called Sunset Songs. Again, I said that there's lots of channels, there's multiple channels called Sunset Songs. I wasn't looking for that, but when I thought of the name for my channel, I'm like, I'm sticking with it. Okay, so it's called Sunset Songs, but the symbol is a circle. And basically that circle could be a sun or it could be a moon. Okay. Sunset Songs. Okay. And within the circle, it says Sunset Songs. And there are the colors of like a romantic sunset. Now the circle is white itself, but 2 colors that I like to see, that I really love to see in a sunset, is orange and pink. To me, that's like a sunset for lovers, right? And I love music. And I love you guys, right? I love you guys. But the colors, the word Sunset Songs is joining the colors of, to me, a very romantic, beautiful sunset. And 2 colors that I definitely like to see in a sunset: pink and orange. I love purple, a little bit of red in there, but I couldn't include all that. So that's what I got. But that's what you're looking for. That's basically like the logo that you're looking for. So, and then when you join, you're going to hear This is Shadow Girl Sherry and me talking about what my channel's about. So guys, I'm going to be shutting down now. I didn't even think I was going to go this long, but anyhow, guys, that just goes to show you how much I really enjoy doing this. And I want to try to be more and more committed to it. So anyhow, I'm going to be trying to figure out how to shut down, but I want to call you guys out and say good morning to you. I see a Sapara has joined. I see a Jean Benin, the names. I don't know how to pronounce your names, and I do apologize. A Caramello Tabersi. I hope I'm pronouncing your names right. I see a Dr. Godfather. Okay, I see Red Dog. It's been hanging out with me for a while, and I want to thank you so much, Red Dog. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. You're going to hear me mumbling a little bit because I've got to figure out how to shut down. But I can't, I'm so excited to see. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the hearts, and good morning and good day. And I know it's going to be a good day, for everyone that's hanging out with me today, right? Because we're calling it in. We are calling it in. But I'm gonna have to shut this down because I have other things that I got to jump into today. And, but we're calling it a good day. But you're going to hear me Probably doing a little bit of mumbling and stuff, but to shut down and whatever, trying to figure out how to shut down. But there was something I wanted to say. Yes, I can't wait to see how many people join me for this, for this morning live. I can't wait to see how many people. So I'm going to be shutting down so I can find that out. And, there might be sometimes I might come back in the next live and mention how many people were in the last live. Guys, that's another synchronicity. I'm going to say it real fast. Last night, and if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm gonna explain it to you real fast. The last live that I did, I had this live last night. When I checked to see how many people joined my live, guys, it was 108 people. Now, hey, it could have been more people to join me, but I like that number 108. And if you're watching this video right now, you're tuned into this live, you know that the number 108 is a very significant, like, spiritual number. Okay. Like across the line, like it's a spiritual number. I think that even when it comes to I believe a baseball, okay, there are 108 stitches. Look it up yourself. If you don't believe, look it up. 108 stitches in a baseball. I believe it's a baseball. I'm not the most sporty type person. There are things that I watch, but I don't know everything about sports. But I'm just sharing this with you. 108 stitches. There are other things that go along with 108. I think mala, is it called a mala bead? I think there's 108 beads. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but 108 is a wonderful number. Okay. And 108 people joined me for my live last night. I love that number 108. And not only that, recently here I go. Recently I had the number 108 show up in another way for me, and it was like in health numbers. I'll put it that way. I won't say what, but it's a good number to be in a health range. I'll put it that way. 108. Guys, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That makes me think of McDonald's and how I'd love to have a McDonald's, like, bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin or something. But anyhow, I'm going to get something healthy. Because we just had that lunar eclipse. Guys, drink lots of water and try to eat healthy, right? But anyhow, guys, thank you guys so much for the hearts. I love you guys. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I got to figure out how to shut this down, how to shut the live down. But I'm going to be trying to join, go live more and more. It's all about timing and when I can get in and fit in and find the people that I fit in with. And find the people that I fit in with, I'm all about that and about sharing the journey with you guys. I love you guys. But for right now, I got to figure out how to shut this down. Let me see here. It's going to be a little bit. Let me see. I can't wait to see how many people join me today. But last night, 108 people. Wonderful number. Go look it up, guys. And if you see it within the course of your day, 108. Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. How do I do it? Oh boy, how do I do this? Guys, can you hear my stomach growling? Because I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, it says in live. Are you sure you want to go? I still have viewers who'd love to stay and support you. Guys, I want to stay and support you guys and encourage you. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm going to have to go for now, but I will be returning. Yes. So anyhow, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, signing out. Take care.